we're gonna work on a storyboard tumbler today. The name on the box is actually storyboard, but a lot of people call them snow globes. So the tumbler comes like this. It has the lid. There's several parts to it. It has this bottom piece, and it has this plastic piece, and it has, this just has papers in it. You don't have to keep the papers, but so here's the 3 pieces and the lid that is part of the cup. So the first thing you want to do is you want to tape off this top piece here. Leave that the stainless steel. I mean, you can paint it if you want, but this is how I do it. Tape off this with some painter's tape, and it also tape off this part here, which is what the base screws into. So you don't want to have anything that prevents the base from going on good. So I tape that off so no paint or anything will get on it. And then I go ahead and paint it. And it will come out something like this. Move these over to the side. So you can see I have it taped still, and some of the, see, this is why you tape it, because see that paint got on there, and then the bottom is still taped. You don't really have to worry about painting this bottom piece because you're not going to see it, because that cover is going to be over it, but you know, it just got paint on it, so I just left it. Okay, so now depending on what you're going to do, what kind of cup you want to do, whether you put anything on this or not. I am just going to leave this the white because I'm gonna have these 4 glitters here. There's 4 of them there. I'm gonna have those 4 glitters be more of the star of the show than what's on this part. And then I'm also going to have on this part, I'm going to have a name on here. So I don't want this part to really be glittery and everything, because I don't want to take away from the other glitter. So I'm gonna just leave it like that. So now the next part is one of the most important parts is to seal it before you can put in your liquids to make this snow globe part. You have to seal this part. You have to seal the top of the plastic part to the stainless steel part. So it'll go like this, and it will be sealed right here. That's the one step. So what I'm gonna do to seal it is I'm gonna use epoxy, and I already have I have a little bit of epoxy mixed here. I am using this KS resin that you can see here in the background. I just mixed a little bit. I just mixed about 10 cc's of it together. And so what I'm gonna do, I just have this pipette here. It's the pipette you can get a big bag of them for real cheap. So I'm gonna try my best. I've never used a pipette on this before, so I'm gonna use this pipette to put it down into the grooves. See the grooves here? You're gonna wanna put it down in there, and it fits perfectly. So I'm just going around with it. Get a little bit more. If you don't have the pipette, you can use whatever you have, you know, popsicle stick or something, anything, to get it down into those, or if you have like a little funnel that'll get it down in there. You want to get it, and I'm just leaving it clear because I'm not trying to use it as part of the design. I'm just using it as functional, to use it as a glue. You can use glue, you can use the E6000 or any of those type of things, but I did some research and I really want to use this because I know when this stuff is hard, gets hard and cured, nothing is going to get past it. And that is the whole idea of So I got it most of the way around. So let's see if I can get some more in there. Maybe I'll just do this because that works too. To get more in there. You probably don't need very much at all, but I'm just going to use all of this because I don't want to waste it, and more the merrier. Just want to make sure you get it all the way around because you don't want any parts of it to allow for any of the glycerin we're going to use to come out. Okay, so I have it all the way around, so I'm just going to use this to kind of distribute it a little bit better. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Happy with how that's turned out. I'm just gonna wipe around here, make sure there's nothing, just to clean that off a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna put this on here. And you're gonna want to use your weight. Push it down as hard as you can. First twist it in there. Twist it in. And push it down with all your might. Okay. And then we'll let that dry for, I'll just let it dry overnight. I'm using Liquity Split, which cures really quickly. It is dry to the touch in 3 to 4 hours, and a full cure in 24 hours. So I'm definitely going to give it a full cure before I do anything else to it, to make sure I don't have any leakage anywhere. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure it's down in there good. And it's not going to come out. Okay, and I'll come back and we'll do the next step. Okay, I'm back. It's been a couple days. I've let the cup sit and cure for a few days. And I also tested it. I just poured water in here to test it, make sure there's no leaks. And there weren't any leaks. I also measured how much liquid is in here, so I just poured water all the way to the edge here where I'm gonna have everything, and it came out to there is about a quarter cup of liquid, give or take a little bit, that goes in here. So just so you know, that for this particular kind it takes about a quarter cup of liquid. Unless you want it not to be so fluid, then you might want to put a little bit less. But so I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna mix the solution that I'm gonna use. You can use some people use straight water, and that's gonna make your glitter or whatever you put in there very, very fluid. It's gonna be all over the place. You could use baby oil and water. You can use contact ice solution. Some people do that. What I am going to use is called vegetable glycerin. You can use whatever brand. I have this particular brand I just got on Amazon. I got this big jug, and then some water. So what I want is a 2-to-1 ratio, two parts of the glycerin to 1 part of the water. So I'm just gonna just have a little measuring thing here. I am putting a quarter cup of the glycerin. I'm going to use that. It's of course going to be more than I need, but I just I don't have a smaller measuring device, so I'm just going to use that. And then I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of water. I'm just going to use some bottled water because I don't have water out here in my my craft shed. So I'm going to just use 2 tablespoons of water to a quarter cup of glycerin, and that comes out to 2-to-1, because a quarter cup is actually 4 tablespoons. So some people might like to use all glycerin, but it's gonna be, the movement is gonna be pretty slow. So this is kind of an in-between. Not all water, not all glycerin, but I don't want it to move so much. So I'm just stirring this up a little bit just to get it going. Okay, so what you want to do before you put your glitter in, you want to put in some of this solution. I'm just going to use a pipette and get some in there. Because I did another cup, and I will show you where I put in the glitter first, and now I have glitter is stuck, gets stuck down in the the bottom edge and stuff. So let me show you. So you want to put some in there first. This is the cup I did. It's really cute, but let me shake it up so you can kind of see a little bit. This is the cup I did. It's a rubber ducky cup. But see up here, the glitter got stuck up there, and now even if I shake it, it just sits up there. I mean, it does look good, but you want it to all be moving. See that? So This is just a acrylic cup. It's not exactly the same, but that's why you want to put some. You want to put some in there first. Okay. So we got that in there. I mean, I can just go ahead and put a lot more in there. It's not a big deal. Well, I thought I wouldn't have enough. I mean, I thought I would have too much, but I guess that's... I really don't know. I mean, I measured it. I don't understand why it didn't work. But that's okay. I got this huge bottle of glycerin. I'll just make more. And it's not very expensive, so you're not gonna go broke wasting it. So, and then I'll do the 2 tablespoons again. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and let me stir this up a little bit. We'll go ahead and put in some of the fun glitter stuff. So that'll be. Let me set that to the side. Okay, so this is for a little girl. She loves ladybugs, and her nickname is Ladybug. So I'm making this cup, and I got these little ladybug clay slices. The place is called crystalbaydesigns.com. She makes a lot of different clay pieces, and I've gotten, I've gotten a bunch from her already. So this is going to be my main focal, is these little bitty ladybugs. And before I start using them, I want to tell you that the glitter is fine with this stuff. Don't have to worry about testing glitter, but these are clay slices, and so I wasn't sure if the clay would deteriorate with the glycerin or not. So I tested it. This has been sitting for several days, and you can see they're fine. They're still whole. There's no decomposition, or I'm sorry if I don't say that right. But anyway, they're fine. So I tested them. They're fine. It's been several days and nothing has happened. So it doesn't hurt it. But I would encourage you, if you start using something that's not it's not something somebody uses all the time, I would definitely want to try it before you use it in something, just to save you time and energy. So these are going to be the main thing I'm going to have in here. So I'm going to use more of these, but I also have these glitters that I'm going to put in there. Don't worry, they're not going to just sit up there. They're going to move. So I'll just use this little pipette and move them down in there so you can kind of see how it's going to look. And of course, you're not going to be able to see the total effect until we get it all sealed up on the bottom and kind of shake it. But you can see the general idea here. Cute, right? Little ladybugs. So now you can see why I didn't want to do too much to the that inner core. Let me get these down here just so you can kind of see. See? Little floaties. Get that one down. Okay, so that's gonna be the main part. I'm gonna put a lot more of those in there. But I wanted to show you these other things. My daughter picked these out to go in there. Just some red and some, this is called Dalmatian. A little bit of white, and then this little bit of silver. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of these in there. I'm not gonna get too carried away with any of them, because I want the main focus to be, sorry, the main focus is gonna be the ladybugs. I'm just getting me a little here. I was looking for me a little spoon or something. Okay, I'm gonna just pour some in. See, because I have this closed up, so it's not gonna go into that hole. I'm just gonna pour a little bit in. My air conditioner is back here on the back, so it's kind of spraying it a little bit. So I'm gonna put, I don't want to put too much red, because then it's gonna, I'm not gonna be able to see the ladybugs. This stuff is packed to the brim. Woo. I don't know where this glitter came from. I got it, I bought this, somebody was destashing their stuff, and I bought this box of glitter. It is, that one was filled to the brim, so now it's all over my table. That's okay, we can work with it. All right, let me put in some more of this. Get some of that off of there. There we go. As you can see, I'm not a very patient person. I have to keep going. Okay. Hopefully this will stay in frame. If it doesn't, I apologize. Okay. This is some really white, sparkly. It's really pretty. So that's not gonna take your eyes away from the red too much. So I'll put a little bit more in there. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of this, a little bit of black, because ladybugs have black and red as well. Okay. Get some of this down in there. And so that's the basic concept. You put in what you want. The hard part is deciding how much is enough. And you might just want a little bit, and you might want it to be, you know, so much glitter you can't even tell the difference when you shake it. So it's totally up to you. I am making a total mess, that's for sure. What I have now is a traffic jam. See here. There we go. See if I can get some of that snow globe action going to pull some of that glitter down in there. Yeah. It just got a little clogged up there, but you can get it down. Just have to improvise a little bit. And you can shake it after you get it all sealed up. You'll be able to shake it and make it go down. Be good. See the effects here. How it's going to be looking. I think I got enough of the 4 glitters, but I do want to put more of the ladybugs in here. And then also I am going to put her name on the outside of the cup, and I found a ladybug font. There's gonna be a ladybug font. I have it around here somewhere. I'm gonna find what I did with it, but I'm gonna apply that to the outside of the cup, because I thought if I put it on the inside it's gonna be hard to read it, but we'll see. This is for, I think she's 11 or 12. I think she's 12. I'm sure she'll love it. Little girls are easy to please. So I'm just getting this down in there. I don't want to put too much more the liquid in there. I'm also letting the air bubbles come up. Air bubbles. You don't want too many air bubbles in there. I mean, you of course want one so it all will start moving, but you don't want too many. Well, you might. I mean, it's your preference if you like, however you like it. So, if you hear music in the background, it's just a radio station. I don't want to get in trouble with Facebook, YouTube with music. Is just the radio station, 96.1 BBB. Actually, in Raleigh, North Carolina. I just like to have some sound when I'm working, you know. Well, this is just taking me a few minutes. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna add more of these little clay things. Go check out crystalbaydesigns.com. And I don't get any money from advertising that, but she does good work. I have a bunch of things from her that I'm gonna use for other cups that I'll show you as I'm doing. But just remember the tips I've given you about testing your cups before you put all this time and energy and money into it, and then you find out it leaks. So make sure you test it, and if there's a leak, you can fix it. So, but it's hard to fix it after you got all the stuff in it, so try to do that beforehand. And so I'll come back and show you some more after I get all this how I want it down in there. Okay, thanks. Okay, I'm back, and I got what I decided to do. I decided to put all the whole pack of the Ladybug glitter into there. So that is my main focal point, so I just went ahead and put the whole bag. I think it's about 3 ounces. So now what we need to do is seal it, because that's all I'm going to put in there. I am now going to mix my epoxy. I am using the KS Resin, the Liquity split version, and the reason I am going to use this I mean, I like KS Resin, all of their products, because there isn't that really strong odor you get with like some other epoxy. I've tried a lot of different epoxies, and KS Resin so far has been the best to me. I'm in my craft shed, and it's very ventilated, but you cannot smell anything from this epoxy. There's no smell. There was this one kind I used. It smelled fishy. I was like, oh my gosh, you can't use that. It stinks so bad. But this kind has been amazing. And I don't get paid for them or anything. I'm just telling you from my experience. I have two kinds that I use mostly. And all these products that I'm using, I will put down in the description box, so you can use the products or test them out if you want to. So you don't have to worry about bubbles with this. I mean, you can, normally you wouldn't stir as fast as I'm stirring. You would stir pretty slow. But the part that I'm going to be putting this, it doesn't matter if bubbles are there or not. Nobody's going to see it. Okay. Just wanted to get it mixed real good. Okay. So now, let me get the top. Let me find where I put the top. There it is. I mean, not the top, the bottom. Okay, so this is the bottom. So this part right here is going to go around that. So I am going to put epoxy in there, and I'm also going to put epoxy around this part, so I can get a good seal. So first I need to take this, let me try to clean out this a little bit better. It doesn't matter if you have a little bit of stuff in there, but I just don't want to worry that the epoxy isn't going to cure if, you know. I haven't taken the tape off yet, so I'm trying to clean it out real good before I take the tape off. This is why you make sure you take that step and tape up. Tape up good. Sorry about that. Sorry, my dogs are, somebody must be home. Okay, I'm going to take this tape off. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to stop for a second for the dogs to stop barking. Alright, so I'm just going to move this over here for a second. I'm just going to use my trusty finger and just put it in there real good. And then I'm going to put it around here, on this edge here. Okay. And then I'm just going to put it on the top. I'm going to pour some of this hole. I don't know if that hole is ready for. I'll pour some in the hole. Okay. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to turn it. Digitize. And use all your might. Yeah. It is on there really good. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna let this sit for probably a couple days before I turn it over. But there you have it. It's gonna all get mixed together. It's gonna get all mixed together, and beautiful. Just gotta find what I did with the decal I'm gonna put in there. It's around here somewhere. I'll find it. But I'll wait and do that. Okay. See, oh, here it is. This is the little girl's name, and I found this Ladybug font. Isn't that so cute? So I'm gonna put that on the side. But I'm gonna wait for this to dry. So I'll come back. Thanks. Okay, so it's been a couple days. I let this cure for a couple days, just to be sure it's on there. It's not coming off. So here's the moment of truth. We'll just shake it like you would a snow globe. Hopefully I'm not making anybody sick, but and so it'll take a little while to shake it around good to get it all like you want it. I got a little bit more air in there than I want, but there's really no going back now. So sorry, it's sealed. It's sealed both ends, so there's no way to take it out. But you can see all the pretty ladybugs in there. I think this will be perfect for this little girl. Okay, so now I'm going to put her name on it. I did her name in the little ladybug font that I bought. So I'm gonna put her name on the side. It doesn't really matter because they're all the sides are the same. So I cut this out with my Cricut. I designed it in Design Space and cut it out with my Cricut. And I applied some transfer tape to it. I just get a roll from Amazon of transfer tape. If you use the Cricut transfer tape, it's really difficult. It's so super sticky. It's really too difficult to use for some projects, and some projects you really need that, like I don't know, some harder projects you really need that, but for this you don't. So buy this big roll of transfer tape, or you can get the kind, I used to use the kind I get at Walmart, just the roll of drawer liner, clear drawer liner is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on here. I'm just gonna put it so it's this direction, and I measured ahead of time so I know how big this space was. So I want to make sure the antenna, oops, I want to make sure this K antenna is in the boundaries, and I want to make sure that back of the N is in the boundary lines here. Okay. Try to make it pretty straight. Okay. I'm going to press it down good. press it on here good. And then I will take the transfer tape off. After make sure it's on there good. Use my I have this little squeegee tool. Just don't know where it is at this second. It's right in front of my face, but anyway, I'll just use my get these little antennas on there good. They're really thin piece of vinyl. And they're so cute. You want to make sure you get those on there. Okay, let's try this again. See that one? I'm gonna go from this end. Okay. Sometimes it's better to go from the opposite end if you're having trouble. Okay. See how that wants to stick? Okay. And if it messes up too much, you can just go and run it again with your Cricut or Silhouette, whatever kind of vinyl device you have. These little intricate parts are just the hardest part of the whole project. I have to make the little antenna go back in there good. Okay, so this is the piece right here that was giving me so much trouble, but when I'm coming from the other angle, it's okay. So you push that back in there. Oops. Isn't that so cute? Her name on it. And so now what I'm gonna do is put a coat of vinyl, put a coat of epoxy over this just to protect the lines. And then it'll be ready to go. Definitely needs to be shaken really good. But there's no leaks. I'll probably keep this for another day even after I put the epoxy, just to double check there's no leaks, because you don't want to give it to somebody and then they call you and tell you there's leaks. So, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks cool. All those little ladybugs in there. I think she'll love it. Alright, if you like this video, please click it and send me any comments you have, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate your support. Thank you.